The real story behind this season's Premier League title race. So much drama. 14 games left. Who will win the league? Who will come second and third? Who will get that Champions League spot? Will fifth this season get Champions League football? We're going to break all of that down in this video. Make sure you go down, drop a like on the video if you haven't already. If we can hit 300 likes, that would be absolutely glorious. And make sure you have that subscribe button. We are steamrolling our way towards 50,000 subscribers. Only hit 44,000 a couple of days ago, and now we're nearly at 44,400. The Premier League table looks like this, and I'm going to break down who I think will finish between 6th and 1st. And I do have some bold predictions, as you can see by the thumbnail. We're actually going to start at the top, and we're going to work our way down. The Premier League winner will be, fill in the blank below who you think. I'm going to say, as it stands right now, with 14 games to go, I do believe Liverpool, if they get through these next 6 fixtures, will be Premier League winners. Now, you're probably thinking, these next fixtures, what on earth are you talking about? Let me break this down for you. Their next 6 games, they've got Aston Villa away, Manchester City away, another Merseyside derby, and they've got Newcastle United. Fulham away as well will not be easy. If they get to mid-March, why is there no game between the 8th of March and the 2nd of April? That is a long gap. I'm assuming that's international break. But if they get to the 8th of March, still with a 7-point gap, I think this is it's theirs to lose now. They'll comfortably beat Wolves, in my opinion, at Anfield on Sunday. A couple of days later, they then have a tough game away to Aston Villa. Then it's away to Manchester City. 3 days later, Newcastle travel to Anfield. The way they're playing right now, they are firing all cylinders. Mohamed Salah is a cheat code. We're looking at Messi numbers right now from him. Van Dijk staying fit. Trent Alexander-Arnold being around the team, that functioning midfield of McAllister and Gravenberch, or it's Jones that comes in. It's a very, very good squad that is performing, understands the task at hand, and the manager is making the right tactical tweaks in games. Based on that, I do think Liverpool will win the Premier League. Then you have to look at their main challenger in the Premier League, Arsenal, who are in the middle of an injury crisis, who have only got 2 fit senior forwards in Leandro Trossard and Raheem Sterling. No Martinelli, no Jesus, no Havertz, no Saka. And of course, they have got Ethan Nwaneri, but he shouldn't, in my opinion, be relied on every single week. He should be a player that's development is being monitored, not thrown into the deep end, although he is performing. Arsenal have a very tough run of fixtures as well. Nottingham Forest away, one of the best performing teams at home this season. Chelsea in there, Fulham in there, Manchester United away, Everton away as well. You know, I think they've got more than enough to get past these next 2 games, but they've still got Nottingham Forest on the 26th of February, and that is going to be a really tough game. You then look at the fact that they have to travel to Anfield on the 10th of May is a massive, massive thing for me in this title race. And with all this being said, I think Liverpool will win the league, and I think Arsenal will finish 2nd. Now, the next spot up for grabs in the Premier League table is 3rd. Can Nottingham Forest get Champions League football for the first time in a long, long time? A club that have actually won the Champions League under elite world-class managers like Brian Clough. I'm going to throw a dark horse out there. I'm going to throw a bold prediction, and you're going to be thinking, Henry, what on earth are you talking about, mate? Hear me out. I actually think 3rd place in the Premier League is between, hear me out on this, Nottingham Forest and Newcastle United. And you're probably thinking, what about City? What about Chelsea? Chelsea, for me, have fallen off a cliff in their form. They've only won something like 2 of their last 9 games or something like that. They got knocked out of the FA Cup as well to Brighton. The only major honour they can win this season is the Conference League. Maresca is struggling. They scraped the win past West Ham. But I think Nottingham Forest and Newcastle are better defensively, and they have better. They've got a better. Just the players are performing better. Newcastle United and Forest have got better defenses. The other two do score more goals, but I just think with Isak and Gordon and Chris Wood and Elanga and Gibbs White, I think you could see a world in which Nottingham Forest finish third, Newcastle finish fourth, Chelsea finish sixth, and Man City finish fifth. But do not write out Bournemouth. I want to look at Nottingham Forest's fixtures first. I want to look at their next 10 Premier League games and give you my prediction on that. Now, they haven't got an easy set of fixtures either. They do have an FA Cup fifth round game against Ipswich, which I expect them to get past. Fulham away, going to be really tough. Then that big fixture, the 23rd of February, up against Newcastle United. Then they play Arsenal. They've got Man City, Villa, and Manchester United. I'm going to throw a bold prediction out of there right now and say that Newcastle United will finish above Nottingham Forest. Now, considering there's a 6-point gap to make up, I just think they will. I think when you've got a player like Alexander Isak and you've got players like Tonali, don't get me wrong, Newcastle United have got some of the hardest set of fixtures remaining. However, I just believe in their manager. I believe in their midfielder, Tonali, Bruno G, Joelinton. Look at these fixtures. Manchester City away. I'm actually predicting Newcastle to go to the Etihad and beat City. They then play Nottingham Forest. They then play Liverpool. They've then got Brighton on the 1st of March. The Liverpool game is a teaser for that League Cup final. They then play West Ham, which I think they beat. Crystal Palace, when that gets replayed, they will beat. Brentford, they will beat. And Leicester, they will beat. I just fancy them this season to have a really strong end to the season. I think you could see a world, and call me crazy, when Newcastle actually win 2 trophies this season. Now, my bold prediction and my outrageous take, as some people will say, is that Chelsea are going to finish 7th. I am backing Bournemouth to finish above Chelsea. My prediction of the way the Premier League is going to end: Liverpool, Arsenal, Forest and Newcastle for 3rd and 4th, Manchester City for 5th, Bournemouth for 6th, and Chelsea for 7th. Now, you're probably thinking, what on earth are you talking about? Bournemouth, for me, are one of the most exciting teams to watch in the Premier League. Don't get me wrong, that Liverpool defeat was, a massive kick in the teeth for them. But you are up against the best team around. Look at their last 10 games. Drew to Fulham, beat Everton, drew to Chelsea, spanked Forest, spanked Newcastle, spanked West Brom, beat Everton in the FA Cup as well. And I look at these fixtures coming up, and I think Bournemouth could really go on a run here. They can comfortably put 4 or 5 goals past that Southampton team at the weekend. They then play Wolves. I honestly think they will beat them as well. Funny enough, they've actually got Wolves in the FA Cup. They will win both of those games. I do think they beat Brighton. I even think they beat Spurs, my team. I think they beat Brentford. I'm not saying they're going to win their next 6, but I think they're favourites for their next 6 games. They're a team that have got a lot of players out as well, bearing in mind. And a team that have got a lot of players performing. Players like Clivert going up to St James's Park and scoring a hat-trick. One of the most thought of fullbacks in the league in Kerekes. Semenyo as well, good player. I just think Bournemouth this season could go and do something. Let me know your thoughts. How do you think the Premier League title race will end? Am I talking absolute, complete and utter BS? Do you think what I'm saying could happen? Let me know who you think will win the Premier League. My final prediction I'm going to say it one more time, just for the people at the back. Liverpool will win the Premier League. Arsenal will come second. Forest and Newcastle third and fourth. Flip a coin on who's going to come third, who's going to come fourth. Manchester City in fifth. Bournemouth in sixth. Chelsea in seventh. Way down there, Spurs and Man United. Let me know your thoughts down below. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching. I am out.